Thank you. Any questions for the judge? All right, I look for a motion. Yes.
So, if these are Superior Court cases that have transferred, is there any money on the Superior side that's already been allocated to cover some of this?
It's probably already in their budget. I'm guessing that they would have a little bit less of an expenditure, and we're just getting more because they've been transferred over to this docket. So.
Okay, so it's a wash then.
It's a huge amount, and it's a huge addition to my docket, and plus with everything else we've got, so, but it's, with all the criminal that's over there, I'm sure theirs will go down a little bit, but I know each year Superior Court's had, Judge Sabecki's done it, Judge Murray's done it, trying to balance how close are they gonna be on those funds anyway, because that's where most of your pauper funds go.
So from the backlog of cases, is that getting better?
It is getting better. Prosecutor's office has done a good job of digging in, and we've tried to dig in. I've got my referee covering a bunch of them that wasn't part of the position when it was set up, but it's working. So it's kind of like having 3 judicial officers trying to tackle everything, plus we're, myself and Judge Murray are utilizing senior judges. Judge Sabecki still comes back in. We've got other senior judges in the area coming back in to try to get things moving. Ms. Brown's a pretty good statistical analyzer, and she's been saying we're making a pretty good dent. So hopefully by the end of this year, into next year, we'll get that all whittled down and get past that big bubble that developed.
Of course, you've been trying to do all this while you're in temporary locations.
Yes.
So you're not exactly in your
right.
comfortable place to do all this.
Exactly. But well, we've done several jury trials in here, and it's worked. Worked. This became a witness stand for us, so.
So you're on the other side this time.
All right, no cross-examination.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, Tony made a motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Thanks for getting me in.
Okay, now we'll skip back up to the CF1 abatement, tax abatement schedules that we have in your packet. You see we have One Way Technology, Berry Global, GPC, Graber Post, JBR Rentals, Maysville Properties, Melrose, Westgate Holdings, Westgate One, and RTC. The schedules of the abatements are all included in the packet.
One problem I had, Marilyn, is in the past we've always gotten a lot more, I don't know if a lot more information, but different information than this that showed how many employees they said they were going to have and how many they actually had.
The SB ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we didn't get that
Do
this year.
we have those available? Is there a deadline for those? Yes.
Follow up with people and beg, borrow, and
I know there's been people that actually went on site and did as well. Tom and I knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'd mentioned earlier, but I was out of the country, so I didn't have time to look at it until this week.
So do we have to, are we on a deadline to approve these or?
more on a deadline. Probably makes sense.
Well, I think we probably have that information if we have this, don't we?
Not always, yeah.
Yeah, this is just the projected schedule, so
Yeah,
I'm with you. It's kind of hard to make a
It
decision.
doesn't really help me.
I agree, we need the SB1 forms.
I would
one of
like
these
to
didn't
table
have any
this
numbers.
until we get
have
the
all of
SB
those.
ones,
I mean, it was,
and then we can, yay or nay.
okay, all right.
I'll make that motion.
Mike makes the motion, second by Tom, to table
thing here.
all of these until we have the SB1 forms to review.
I don't know performance unless we have those. If you have problems getting some of them, reach out to some of us and maybe we can help you get that. Is that okay?
Okay. We already have covered the pauper attorney from the circuit court. Next up is on the appropriation from the county match monies for the, it was the Town of Odin project. Lockmiller, we paid Lockmiller for the Town of Odin projects, but the payments were changed, and now Lockmiller has refunded that money, and we have to reappropriate that into an account. Any questions on that?
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Matt, second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Just one quick question.
Yes.
Is the reason they're doing that because the project got moved back in time from when it was originally supposed to start?
I do not know the answer to
Okay, all right.
that. The Security Center, a $2,500 request. Sheriff Allison is here this morning.
Left my phone at home, I had to go back and get it. Yeah, that $2,500 is for inmate needs. I know some of you are wanting to pay it out of commissary. I mean, I guess we could, but when does that stop is what I'm kind of leaning at on that. And then, you know, on our, Judge Smith was talking about the backlog. Well, State Board of Accounts called me and questioned because I had more money in the inmate trust fund than they thought I should have, but I've got 15 more inmates now than I did a year ago. So that explains, that was the difference there. I don't see that population going down anytime soon on the jail side. So if that's what you want me to do, I can spend the $2,500 out of commissary, but I don't make a big habit out of it either.
I think it would be appropriate. I mean, that's where the money comes from, the inmates, right? And it's not a big dollar amount.
We're required to do this anyway.
You know, we got to provide this stuff. This is actually for a pallet of tampons.
Yes, 6 one, we half dozen the other. I mean, we have to pay for it.
Okay, so is there a motion to pay it out of the general fund or out of the commissary, or?
I don't think we have any, I think the sheriff has, I don't know that for sure.
For the general
For this to
fund.
be approved today, we have to approve it based off of how we advertise. So you guys deny this, then we have to re-advertise to have the money.
I don't really need the approval to spend it out of commissary
Right.
for that from you all. Not this particular request.
I'm gonna make the motion that we deny the request then, based on the sheriff's willingness to pay for it out of the commissary fund.
Motion by Tom. Second, or do we have any other discussion?
I'll second it.
Second by Mike Sprinkle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries.
Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, then we have contract services. This would be out of the Riverboat Fund. It's for the commissioners approved this on 6/14 of 2022. It's the annual participation with the land bank. It's the fee.
I think there was discussion of when the commissioners approved it that see how things are going next year before it's spent next year. So,
One time
yeah.
this year.
Not so sure this will happen next year.
Right.
There'll be more reporting for us to read. Yeah. Okay.
I move to approve the request.
Motion by Tom,
I'll second that.
second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our opioid settlement funds. Do you want to speak to that or no? Yes. This request was approved by the commissioners as well. It was for the probation department. And we had advertised for the 7,800, that was the kiosk and the login that they could do. And then I think we had asked that they go back and try to find better pricing than
Yes.
that, correct?
Yes, and Shelby was able to do
But
that.
she did a great job.
And I
Responded.
asked her to send that to the council, and I think she did.
And she did.
Okay, so it saved about $1,000
Yeah.
or so dollars. So
Awesome.
that's what you see below the transfer from equipment maintenance to equipment. Just that 464.12 is all she ended up spending on the iPad with a 2-year protection and the stand. So she was able to get all that for under $500. So that did save a chunk of that money.
Okay.
So it won't end up being $7,800 that is appropriated. So it'll even out. And then the $4,000 was for the DCS, the
furniture.
equipment and furniture. So
Yeah.
no change on that.
Any questions for Laura? Okay, look for a motion to approve those.
Moved.
Matt made the motion,
Second.
second by Mike Myers. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Laura, and thanks Shelby for saving the money. Okay, and then we have Central Dispatch. Miss Julie. Good morning.
So I am asking to get some funds appropriated for a grant that is 100% reimbursable to the county. We applied for a grant to get our mapping stuff updated to be next generation 911 compliant. We were awarded the grant, and so we just need to appropriate the funds, and then it is a 100% reimbursable grant to us.
Can't do much better than that, can you?
Move to approve.
Mike Sprinkle made the motion,
Second.
second by Tony. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We have a couple of transfers as well. Clerk's office, she realized that she had paid an expense under the maintenance contract instead of a license renewal, and she has 2 maintenance contracts later this year, so she just needs to shift that money. There's no additional add to the budget at all. It's just moving that money around. Look for a motion.
Move to
Tom-
approve.
Tom made the motion to approve. Second by Mike Sprinkle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next one up is Commissioners wanted this expense to be paid from the TIF GPS fund. It was part of the original project in 2024 for some road improvements in the amount of $24,864. Any questions on that?
Motion to approve.
Tony made the motion to approve,
Second.
second by Matt. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And then the last one is that transfer that Julie spoke about on that equipment.
So moved.
Matt made the motion,
Second.
second by Mike Sprinkle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We also have information in our packet from the DCH Finance Committee meetings, West Boggs, Visitors Bureau minutes. So all of that information and the inspection report from the jail is there as well. Anything from the audience today? Anything else from council? Okay. If not, I'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Matt made the motion, second by Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.